Ashton Gate, welcome to your singing assembly this week. I hope you're all okay and enjoying your week. Hope you haven't got too wet in the recent rain that we've had. So this week we are going to warm up as always, and then we've got one new song and some recaps of previous week's songs as well. Okay, so as always, make sure that you are ready in a nice space to sing. You could be sat down or stood up. Make sure that if you're sat down, you've got a nice kind of posture, nice straight back, open shoulders, and we'll do a bit of warming up now to help with that. If you're stood up, again, nice kind of straight body, open chest, feet just hip width apart, so in a really relaxed but kind of ready to sing position. Okay, if you want to get other members of your family involved, then of course if they are available, then that's great. So yeah, let's have some fun and let's start with our warm-up. Okay, so we'll first of all do the warm-up that Poppy and Megan from Year 6 taught you a couple of weeks ago, which is our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 warm-up. So with that one we simply go, and we'll do it together if you've remembered it. If not, then you'll just need to pause and rewind once you've learned it. Okay, so we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hopefully you enjoyed that warm up. We're going to try a new one now, which if you go to choir in Key Stage 2, you will know this one. Some of you might know it anyway, but we'll learn it all together. It's all about a person called Joe who works in a button factory. So we start by singing, "Hey, my name's Joe, and I work in a button factory. One day my boss came up to me." Okay, so that's just the first part. We'll try that all together now after 3. So we've got, "Hey, my name's Joe. I work in a button factory. One day my boss came up to me." Okay, after 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. "Hey, my name's Joe, and I work in a button factory. One day my boss came up to me." Okay, we carry on by saying, "He said, 'Yo, Joe, are you busy?' I said, 'No.'" Okay, so he said, "Yo, Joe, are you busy?" I said, "No." Let's do that together. 1, 2, 3, 4. He said, "Yo, Joe, are you busy?" I said, "No." Let's go from the beginning. So we've got, "Hey, my name's Joe." 1, 2, 3, 4. "Hey, my name's Joe, and I work in a button factory. One day my boss came up to me. He said, 'Hey, Joe, are you busy?' I said, 'No.'" I think you can say "hey" or "yo" in that second part. So then we do various things. Okay, so he asks you at this point, because you said no, you're not busy, to push the button, remember you work in a button factory, with your right hand. Okay, so you would say like this, and you sing the whole thing again, but pushing the button with your right hand. So he says, "Are you busy?" I said, "No." "Can you push this button with your right hand?" So then you say, "Hey, my name's Joe, and I work in a button factory. One day my boss came up to me. He said, 'Yo, Joe, are you busy?' I said, 'No.' Can you push this button with your left hand?' Hey, my name's Joe, and I work in a button factory. One day my boss came up to me. He said, 'Yo, Joe, are you busy?' I said, 'No. Can you push this button with your right foot?'" Okay, and then you do the same, but if you're standing up, you can stamp your right foot. If you're sitting down, you can just kind of tap it somehow. Okay, so you do the same with your right foot, the whole thing. Then you do the same thing, but he says, "Can you push this button with your left foot?" Okay, so you're doing both hands and both feet. Now, when you're doing both feet, if you're stood up, you can either do alternate stamps or you could jump up and down. That's up to you. Okay, and then the last one he says is, "Can you push this button with your head?" Okay, so then you have to just move your head forward and back as well. Okay, So we'll just do the last time through. So you can do all this, you can pause the video and do it all. But imagine we've done push the button with your right hand, push the button with your left hand, push the button with your right foot, push the button with your left foot. And now we're going to do the last one, which is push your button with your head. And I'll show you what we do at the end, okay? So can you push the button with your head? I said, hey, my name's Joe, and I work in a button factory. One day my boss came up to me. He said, hey, Joe, are you busy? I said, yes. And then you end by saying yes, because you don't want to do any more pushing of those buttons. So we're going to do some singing. Okay, you'll find, as always, all of the links to the songs that we cover this week on the webpage. We're going to start by singing one we learnt last week, okay, or the week before last, sorry, it wasn't last week. It was the week before last with Poppy and Megan, and we did Here Comes the Sun. Okay, and we're going to sing this one in hope that it might bring the sun back, because where I'm at the moment, it's rather rainy. Okay, so find the link on the webpage, Here Comes the Sun by the Beatles. Okay, hopefully you enjoyed singing that one. Now let's sing through Treat People with Kindness. So Key Stage 2, you know this one really well. I'm choosing this one again just because, as I said last week, our Handfuls of Harmony choir leaders who are based in Southville and come and work with us at Key Stage 2 sometimes, they have recorded a really lovely version of this song, okay? So it's Sadie, Julia and Chris, and the link's on the webpage. I know some of you might have been listening to it in school, if you're in school at the moment with in your bubbles, because we've been playing it there as well. So yeah, I know we know this one, but I thought it would be lovely to sing along, and at the moment it's a really important message, isn't it, to treat everyone with kindness. So enjoy this one too. Hopefully you enjoyed that one. Our next one is Treat People with Kindness. Now we did this one quite a lot, we did it last week, and Key Stage 2, I know you're really confident with this one. The reason I am putting it on here again for this week is just that, as I said last week, there's a really lovely version, a really lovely recording from our Handfuls of Harmony choir leaders who are based in Southville, and they often come in and work with us at the Upton site. So Julia, Sadie and Chris, and they've recorded a really great version of Treat People with Kindness. So the link is on here. If you've been in school, we've been singing it in school in our bubbles as well. So lots of practice of this one this week. Okay, so have a sing through, and also the message of this at the moment and always is obviously really important about treating people with kindness. Okay, so enjoy this one. The last one we're going to sing this week is our new one, which is Feels Like Summer. Now I know Key Stage 2 and I think Key Stage 1, we usually sing this at term 6 in school anyway, just because it's all about summer and the sun coming. So it's a real kind of end of year song that we often sing together. So I thought it would be really lovely that we can all sing via our videos on here. So yes, it's from Shaun the Sheep. It Feels Like Summer. You will recognise it, I'm sure. So turn it up, sing along and enjoy it. If you don't know it at all, then just keep pausing it and try and learn it as you go, or just listen to it and sing along as you can, but I think most of you probably do know it. So enjoy. As always, I love to see any videos or photos of you singing, enjoying the singing assemblies, so please send them in, and I can always share them on the website if you'd like me to, or I can just have a look at them. So yeah, enjoy your singing, have a lovely week everybody, and keep singing. See you next week.